Hi guys, welcome back to Fairies Tutorials.
CSEC Food, Nutrition, and Health. In this session, we're looking at the solutions for question 6 from the exam year 2023. Now, let's look at these questions. It reads, list 3 reasons for cooking food. 3 marks. Identify the cuts of the cow shown on the diagram. 3 marks. Explain the scientific principle underlying pressure cooking as a method of cooking. 4 marks. And finally, outline 2 steps involved in each of the following stages of preparing a beef stew or stewed beef. The stages are pre-preparation, cooking, service, or garnishing, and those stages are worth 2 marks each. Now, let us look at some ideal responses. So the first part of the question states, list 3 reasons for cooking food. Some of the reasons that could be included are to kill harmful bacteria to make food safe to eat, such as in meat, to destroy natural toxins, example, those that are found in red kidney beans, to preserve food, for example, when we're making jams and jellies, to aid digestion, right? To aid absorption as well, to make food easier to eat so foods become more tender and palatable, to make food more attractive. So when meats change from red to brown and develop that nice brown color as a result of the Maillard reaction. And last one we have here, to develop extractives or flavor, such as in grilled steak or toasted cheese, right? Now, you were only required to list 3. We have an extensive list here so that you can have more fuel in the tank, if you know what I mean. All right, next part. Identify the cuts of the cow shown on the diagram. And this question is worth 3 marks, right? Now, this diagram is showing the cuts of cow, and your task is to identify each of the following cuts. So part A, C, and E. Now, as it relates to part A, you have the chuck. Part C is the short loin. And part E would have been the round. All right, forgive my scribble there on the screen. But as you can see, so we identify A, which is the chuck. We also identify C, which is the short loin, and E, which is the round. Explain the scientific principle underlying pressure cooking as a method of cooking, right? And this question is worth 4 marks, so ensure that your explanation, if you get a question like this, is adequate enough to give you pointers to give you your full marks, right? Now, the key scientific principle underlying pressure cooking is actually the increase in boiling point. And this occurs when the pressure inside the cooker is raised above atmospheric pressure. Now, let us look a little deeper on the boiling point elevation. Now, when water is heated in an open pot, it boils at 100 degrees Celsius, or we may say 212 degrees Fahrenheit. However, in a pressure cooker, as the pressure increases inside the sealed vessel, the boiling point of water also increases. Now, this happens because the higher pressure prevents water from evaporating easily, thus requiring it to reach a higher temperature before boiling can occur. Now, along with boiling point elevation, there's also faster cooking time. Now, by raising the boiling point of water through increased pressure, food cooks faster in a pressure cooker compared to conventional methods. The higher temperature inside the pressure cooker allows for more efficient heat transfer of food, resulting in a quicker cooking time. Also, energy efficiency. Pressure cooking is also more energy efficient than conventional cooking methods due to its shorter cooking times and also its reduced cooking time as well, right? Now let's move on to the next part. Outline 2 steps involved in each of the following stages of preparation of stewed beef. Now the first stage is pre-preparation. So what are the things that we can do before we actually start the cooking process, right? So the first pointer that we have here is selecting the beef. Now we have to choose a cut of beef suitable for stewing, such as the chuck, round, or brisket. Trim excess fat and cut into uniform pieces to ensure even cooking. Very important. Another step in pre-preparation is marinating the beef, right? So marinate the beef in a mixture of herbs, spices. We may include an acidic ingredient like vinegar to enhance flavor and tenderness. Allow the beef to marinate for at least 30 minutes, or it could be overnight in the refrigerator, right? So that is 2 pre-preparation step is cleaning the beef, trimming off excess fat, and seasoning it and allowing it to marinate. Now, as it relates to cooking, 2 stages could include, so the first stage, browning the beef, right? So you heat oil in a large pot or Dutch oven over medium-high heat. Brown the marinated beef in batches to develop flavor through the Maillard reaction, and we remove the beef and set aside. So that's one stage in the cooking process, right? Another could be building our flavor base, such as in the same pot we would saute the aromatics like onions, carrots, celery until soft, or we may say translucent. Add tomato paste and cook briefly before deglazing with broth to scrape up any browned bits from the bottom of the pot. Now, as it relates to service or the garnishing process, 2 stages that we could put in place is adjust the seasoning. So we taste the stew and adjust seasoning with salt and pepper, or adding additional herb as needed so we can balance the flavor. And garnishing, of course, we serve the beef stew in hot bowls, garnish with fresh herbs like parsley or thyme for a pop of color and added freshness, right? Now, 2 points each for each response if you get a question like this. And that is it for question 6, guys, and good luck.
Awesome. You've made it to the end of the session. Please remember to subscribe, turn on your post notification bells so you can be notified when there's another upload. Most importantly, share with persons who you know will find this information useful. Thank you for making it Fairies Tutorials.